best breaking news you're going to get on the Forrest Fenn chase and the fakes finder. Yes. I've got the biggest news here. Everybody looking into Jack Stuef, and they fail. There's a picture on the internet, Jack, and I don't know if he's his brother or his husband or what. Kyle Stuef. The picture of Jack and Kyle, and the people search says they live at the same place or have lived at the same place, maybe part of the same family. I don't know what family structure is there, but I was looking for other stuff, other Stuef family information. Came up on Kyle Stuef's LinkedIn page, and Kyle Stuef's LinkedIn page. He says, I am a strategist driven by the need to discover the patterns in what people do and why they do it. I enjoy projects that push the limits of technology and creativity, crafting award-winning effective ecosystems access across paid, owned, and earned channels. So he's some type of a marketeer, promoter, but he's into studying the patterns, discover the patterns in what people do and why they do it. Experience traditional digital social media marketing for Fortune 500, Global 500 companies, client work in automotive, hospitality, financial, consumer goods, and technology verticals, whatever that means. Specialty, storytelling, like his brother's story, or I don't know if he's his brother or his husband. Like I say, maybe Jack could let us know. Is he your brother or your husband? I don't know. One picture of the two of them, he looks like his husband. Specialties, storytelling, brand strategy, digital strategy, content marketing, social media, community management, brand building, integrated marketing, team building, and team development. But the biggest thing here is that Kyle Stuef is a strategist driven by a need to discover the patterns in what people do and why they do it. Are you a searcher or are you a lab rat? I think you might be a lab rat. You're not really a searcher. So, boom! They just dropped the bomb. They come up with something. Maybe they'll say something soon. Hey, David, treasure finder. Yeah, I just decided to do that. Street tried to stream, and he couldn't get his Zoom. He's got himself blocked in his own YouTube chat. He let somebody be a moderator, and I think that moderator put him on a blocking. He doesn't know where to go find the blocks. And if somebody's been blocked, you block somebody on your YouTube, you don't look in YouTube for you have to go to your Google account and look at security settings and who you've blocked in Google. So the chat, you're blocking them in Google, not YouTube. So the brain says, it's YouTube. I'm going to YouTube. Look, and you won't find it in your YouTube settings. It's in your Google settings. The people that are blocked in your chat are in your Google settings. People, Gore was an idiot. I do know some things. I have an IT degree. I have an associate's degree in IT networking, information technology networking. So and I had a 4.75 GPA, or was it 3.75? 4 is as high as you can go. Yeah. Oh, yeah. It is an experiment. You are a lab rat. They are trying to provoke people, especially the person that actually did resolve Forrest Fenn's poem and found the blaze. And it's a social experiment. Let's see how far we can push this, people. And it just goes hand in hand with what Doug Preston said. And Doug Preston said, I like to push my characters to their limits. And then Kyle Stuef says, I am a strategist driven by a need to discover the patterns in what people do and why they do it. Congratulations, you're a lab rat. Yeah. So what you all think? You just talk about the subject, please. Oh, this one thing drives me crazy. Telling people things and they have zero comprehension. Zero. Exactly none. If anything, negative comprehension. You can't teach a cow pie how to dance. Yeah. So 11 watching. I tried searching if there was nobody else streaming. Got to be somebody streaming if I only got 11 people watching. Nobody expect me to do 2 days in a row. And Greg wanted me to make him a little video. I said, I need a script. What you want him to say. If I don't have a script, I ain't making the video. Period. I'm not the creative writer. You know, I'm not the dialogue writer. I'm not a fiction writer. See all above. Yeah, there's no comments about what the subject here is. You're a lab rat. You're not a treasure hunter. You're now a lab rat. They're trying to provoke and people to do extreme things, like the guy that jumped over Fenn's fence and tried to break in with an axe and all that. It's an experiment to see what people do, the reactions of people and stuff. Social media, yeah, blah blah. I'm sorry, Richard, but you know, people need to start getting serious. You know. Yeah, it's an experiment. They're not going to tell you an experiment. I'm telling you it's an experiment, and I got to let Jack out. That dog is so spoiled. He's a spoiled dog. I went to get propane today, and it's getting back to my car, and Jack's a chick magnet, you know. Yeah. So I met somebody, and hopefully I'll hear back from her. It's all play. Yeah. Yeah, it's a game. Like I've been saying, it's like Michael Douglas, The Game, his movie The Game. You're a lab rat, Jack, and so is Jeff. Jeff is a lab rat. I think the biggest lab rat, the biggest lab rat is probably what's his name? Oh, why can't I remember his name? Corleone, Giovanni Corleone. He's the biggest lab rat because he's they're pulling the wool over your eyes. Yeah, they're we've called them out on their game, and they keep going at it. They keep going at it, and we're like a social experiment. And there's a marketing ploy to the end of this, that this is some big marketing thing, and this is going other places. It's like the wool pullers, yeah. They got you, and they took fingers and they stick, dink, dink, get you in the eyes, dink, poke you in the eye, so you don't. They think you can't see through it. I do. I've seen through it a long time. And yeah, I tried to go to Walmart today, but the line was like wrapped around the building. It's like, you can't stand in that line. So I went to Safeway, and the only thing I could think to buy was the ingredients to make some more fudge. So I'm gonna make some more fudge, and I'm gonna add a special ingredient to my fudge. Can you guess what that is? Put your foot down. Put your foot down. Call them out, man. There are people brave enough to call them out, and there are people like, oh, I'm too chicken shit to do anything about it. You know, I'm one person. They're like, oh, I'm afraid of Bill Gorman. It's like, Bill Gorman ain't going to come after you and do nothing. The only thing you got to fear about Bill Gorman is if you come onto his territory and start pushing shit. Then you got to be afraid of Bill Gorman. Bill Gorman don't go hunting people down. Yeah, they're yanking your chain. They're dragging you along. They're pulling your strings, all that stuff. And that's what I've been saying. But then Kyle Stuef, his LinkedIn says it all right there. I am a strategist driven by the need to discover the patterns in what people do and why they do it. I enjoy projects that push the limits of technology and technological and creatively crafting award-winning effective ecosystems across paid, owned, and earned channels. Now, are they talking about YouTube channels or some type of corporate channels between companies, or who knows? Yeah, it's a psyop. The whole thing's a psyop. The CIA probably put Forrest up to this. And the reason Forrest didn't want to end it early is because the poem says, this ends with my death. You're not going to have the treasure until you have to take it from my cold, dead hands. And one of the questions I sent to Jack, which he hasn't answered any of my questions, was, how in hell did you get your hands on a dead man's chest before he was dead? Zero. Coke Zero. Is that anything like Crack Zero? Scissors saved my life once. The scissors for cutting your ties. Cutting your umbilical. And imagine maybe it was the CIA, and they, well, Forrest, we're going to take you down on this, all this archaeology stuff you got here, your artifacts and stuff. You're going to go to prison unless you do this for us. You're going to give that treasure chest away, and blah blah blah. If you don't do this, so we can conduct this psychological experiment on the American people, and some people in the UK, I guess, in Australia, they're hooked on it too. I've seen some from Russians. Russians interested in the thrill of the chase, and I think we're going to be part of the movie The Game too. And some of the extreme things people have done will end up in the movie. I got to ask Kyle what they're looking for. All I know is this is what he does. And Doug Preston says, I like to push my characters to their limits. And Kyle Stuef uses the same thing. Push the limits technologically and creatively, crafting award-winning effective ecosystems across paid, owned, and earned channels. Anybody else looking up that page? Go get a screen. Go get a copy of the page before it's gone. I would think Barbara would be extremely interested in this, and not only subpoena Jack, but subpoena Kyle too. And are these some of the lawyers dragged into it? We got something on you, and you got to take care of this, or we're going to come after you for this. CIA and stuff. There's a lot of blackmail going on in CIA. That's what old Epstein Island was about. Let's get pictures of them with underage kids, and then they'll do whatever we tell them to do. Looney Tune. Which Looney Tune? Let's see, which Looney Tune character? Yeah. Yeah, my little cartoons I make, I'm starting to veer away from using characters from the cartoons and making my own character faces. The bodies and all might look similar and all that. And it's not hard to draw a little courtroom scene. But I would think South Park would be interested in hey, there's a good idea. Let's use some of the chat conversations, some of the streaming, the live video conversations or Zoom conversations for dialogue for cartoons. Yeah. I don't know about tweet. Two-part, yes, Bill, is an ongoing experiment. More precisely, it is pushing for the propagation of the species and marriage in particular. Final says goes to the woman. Oh yeah, I don't know about that. Very important, and medium was a clue. Not Tweety, he's a sweetie. Yeah, Tweety's a he anyhow, right? and we already have K-Pro's already Natasha. We got Boris and Natasha down in Vegas. And who's that kid with the red head and the glasses with the black and white dog that was a real smart professor-like dog? That kid, that's it is what it is, guy. Barbara's Looney said, but she has a good point after Toby trying to profit off the news after previously saying the finder Identity issues shouldn't be released. Well, though, incorporated once self bill. Which Hazel? Which Hazel on Bugs Bunny? There you go. Yeah. That's cool about it. Sucks outside not understanding some of the gifts you already have. Well, everyone else sits around short of making fun of you. Yeah. Yeah. There's a reason that Forrest called the finder Bill. And people don't realize he says, I'm the finder. All he's saying is that he's the author, in quotes, that wrote that fictional story. Doug Preston exposed him and said this is a great work of fiction because Doug Preston knew it was a lie. And then look how many people, so many people they want to believe it's over. And so they go with it a lot. The masses go with it, but there are just a few smart enough to go, they're yanking our chain. Baking chocolate chip. Yeah, I got chocolate chips and marshmallows and carnation condensed milk or whatever. And I've already had the sugar, so I didn't have to buy that. And I'm going to make me a batch of fudge like double the size of the last one. I have fudge in the fridge, last me a couple of weeks. Then I noticed that the fudge, it's kind of a coffee effect, you know? Eat 2 or 3 chunks of it. And when I ran out of fudge, I got a fudge hangover. So, yeah, that's all. I think I'll just keep this one short because I did one yesterday. But somebody else come on and stream, do a Zoom, I'll come join. I really prefer to talk to other people and not conduct my, because all I got to do is just keep talking. And here's some advice for Jeff. You're trying to figure stuff out, talk while you're doing it. Don't sit there and go, you know, talk. You don't, when you're doing a video, don't stop talking if you're doing one alone, you know. If you're on a panel, you can stop talking and let other people talk. And you should stop talking. You shouldn't be dominating the conversation for 10, 15 minutes. You should have your point, take maybe a minute at the most to say it, and then let someone else talk. You don't carry on and on and on and on and on a Zoom panel. You got to share it with the other people that are there. You're not the only one on the panel. I know several people that, oh yeah, I'm a big shot. I'm going to keep going and going. But you notice when I'm on the panel, I inject short little couple sentences and I'm done. I try to. Some things I got to explain a little more. Who's Prego? Is that like spaghetti or just pizza sauce? Yep. Okay, how many minutes I got here? 24? Okay. I know. Thank you for telling us the info. It's great. Yeah. Yeah. And ask the others. Hey, Bill Gorman, don't say, hey, what about this? Say, hey, Bill Gorman brought this up. You know, nobody ever gives, oh, I got this information here. You know, like Kate Pro, it's like she couldn't even get the court documents right, you know. She got a whole lot wrong in her. She misunderstood something and tried to put it out as fact, and it's like, no, that's not what it says at all. Yeah. So So yeah, I think his brother or husband or whoever Kyle Stuef is, he's a part of this because that's his job. Social experiments. He's got to be a CIA clown. Okay. Well, I'm gonna let y'all go because I've said what I had to say. I don't have more to add to that. How can you add more to it? We're doing like Michael Douglas's movie, The Game, and we're a social experiment. You're an experiment. You're a lab rat, and don't you forget it. Good night.